6 lucky numbers to focus and get rich. On Monday, 5th of May, 2025, Vertical Bar Buddhist Teachings. As the Buddha once said, what we think, we become. So what if your thoughts could align with the energy of the universe through numbers to invite prosperity into your life? Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract fortune effortlessly while others struggle despite hard work? On this sacred Monday, the 5th of May 2025, 6 powerful numbers have revealed themselves not as mere digits, but as messengers rooted in ancient Buddhist wisdom, designed to sharpen your focus and unlock the flow of abundance. These numbers are more than luck. They are energetic symbols, guiding you to harmonize your intentions, actions, and karmic path. Each one offers a lesson, a chance to refocus your energy, and a step closer to financial clarity and spiritual wealth. Stay with us until the end, especially for the 6th number. It holds a hidden vibration that could shift your entire week. Welcome to the Journey of Wisdom. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I welcome clarity, focus, and abundance to seal your intention and align with this moment of transformation. Now, let us discover these 6 numbers and what they truly mean. 1. The power of number 33. On Monday, May 5th, 2025, we're invited to reflect on the sacred energy of the number 33, known as the Master Teacher in numerology. More than a sign of material gain, 33 points us towards spiritual prosperity, emotional generosity, and alignment with higher purpose. In Buddhist wisdom, true wealth isn't gold, it's peace of mind. As the Buddha said, thousands of candles can be lit from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Generosity, when shared, multiplies. Begin each day with gratitude for breath, shelter, and the people around you. This simple shift magnetizes abundance. But 33 also teaches wealth must be shared. Whether through service, support, or kindness, giving activates a powerful spiritual return. As Dogen said, to give is non-attachment, just to give without seeking reward. This number also reminds us to balance purpose with ambition. It's not wrong to want financial success. What matters is why. Are you chasing approval or building something meaningful for others? When intention aligns with values, success becomes sacred. The Dhammapada says, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. Creativity matters too. Whether you're solving problems or starting fresh, trust your ideas. When grounded in service, they can lead to new income. And if things don't go as planned, the Dalai Lama reminds us, not getting what you want can be a wonderful stroke of luck. Patience and humility are also part of 33's message. Just like a tree needs time to bear fruit, so does lasting wealth. Keep learning from life, from mentors, from mistakes. This kind of learning is a true investment in yourself. Stay connected. Strong relationships built on trust and support are bridges to abundance. Practice mindful spending. Are your financial decisions rooted in peace or fear? Let money serve you, not control you. Celebrate every step. Progress isn't only in leaps, it's in quiet moments, small wins, and steady growth. As the Buddha taught, hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. Let love guide your journey even in your finances, and you'll create wealth that nourishes your soul and uplifts others. Ultimately, 33 invites you to trust your path. Your light, your giving, your growth, they matter. And in being a blessing, you unlock the highest form of wealth. 2. The power of number 17. Let me tell you about the quiet power behind the number 17, a number that many overlook, yet holds deep wisdom when seen through the lens of Buddhist insight and practical living. Think of 17 as more than just digits. It's a symbol of growth, creativity, and the inner spark that can lead you to prosperity, especially as we approach Monday, the 5th of May, 2025. This number carries an energy that invites new ideas, encourages optimism, and gently nudges you toward transformation. When we talk about wealth in Buddhist teachings, we aren't just speaking of money, we're speaking of richness in effort, intention, and inner harmony. So, how does 17 help with that? It opens your mind. It makes space for creativity, which is the seed of all true abundance. Think of a young farmer who once had only a handful of seeds and barren soil. Everyone laughed at him, but he kept planting, trying new methods, listening to the land. One day, after years of learning, his field bloomed not just with crops, but with knowledge and resilience. That's the energy of 17. It whispers, try something new, and your breakthrough may come from your bold idea. The number also encourages optimism, not the blind kind, but the grounded trust that even your smallest step forward counts. Optimism fuels confidence, and confidence attracts the right people, the right moments. It's not magic, it's alignment. And 17 has one more gift: it sharpens your communication. When you express your ideas clearly and with honesty, people listen, opportunities open, trust builds. The Buddha often reminded us, words have the power to both destroy and heal. When words are both true and kind, they can change the world. So ask yourself, are you speaking your truth with clarity and kindness today? Are you listening with the same care? The journey to wealth, true wealth, is not quick, but it is meaningful. The energy of 17 reminds you that each moment, each small effort, is a step toward something greater. So this Monday, focus not on chasing money, but on becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts it through creativity, optimism, and mindful communication. Let 17 be your reminder that growth takes time, but with the right mindset, you're already on the path. Lesson of the day: wealth flows to those who stay creative, speak truthfully, and see challenges as stepping stones, not roadblocks. What's one idea you've been holding back that might be your path forward? 3. The power of number 39. Let's talk about the power behind the number 39 and why it's a number you might want to focus on this Monday, May 5th, 2020, not just as a lucky number, but as a symbol of energy that can shift your mindset and attract abundance. Imagine you're on a journey toward wealth or success. The path isn't always easy, right? Sometimes we overlook the little steps, thinking they don't count, but 39 reminds you to pause and celebrate even the tiniest wins. Why? Because those small victories are actually the building blocks of your confidence, your momentum, and your motivation. Think of each small achievement as a candle lighting the way forward. Without these little lights, the road can feel too dark and uncertain. So ask yourself, when was the last time you celebrated progress, no matter how small? Now, here's where the number 39 really becomes powerful. It encourages you to step into the unknown, into change, with faith. Change can feel risky. It can make you hesitate. But the energy of 39 whispers, you don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. By trusting in your own ability and in the larger flow of life, you open yourself to possibilities that only show up when you're willing to leap. Have you ever taken a chance on something new and felt the universe respond? That's the magic of faith in action. And there's more. A 39 also invites you to stay curious. Financial breakthroughs often don't come from doing the same thing over and over. They come from learning, from exploring, from asking, what if I tried this instead? The number 39 pushes you to keep your mind open and your heart hungry for knowledge. When you stay curious, you begin to notice patterns, ideas, and openings that others might miss. And in today's fast-changing world, curiosity isn't just a trait, it's a superpower. So, as you begin this new week, how can you apply the wisdom of 39 in your own life? Can you find one small win to celebrate, one fear to face with trust, or one new idea to explore? Let this number be more than just lucklet, it be your guide. If you've watched up to this point, you're already aligning with the energy of abundance and focus this Monday, May 5th, 2025. Type "lucky focus" in the comments to affirm your intention to welcome wealth and clarity into your life. Don't click away just yet. There's more Buddhist insight and powerful number, wisdom, waiting to guide your journey to prosperity. Stay tuned until the end. 4. The power of number 19. The number 19 holds powerful spiritual and practical meanings, especially as we begin the week of Monday, May 5th, 2025. In Buddhism and other traditions, it symbolizes the infinite loop of karma. What you give returns multiplied. Its shape mirrors infinity, reminding us that true wealth comes from purpose-driven action and steady effort. In a world of instant gratification, 19 calls us back to discipline, focus, and daily habits. Real abundance doesn't appear overnight. It grows from how we manage time, choices, and mindset. When we align with this number's energy, we connect not just with success, but with wisdom, compassion, and balance. Buddhism teaches that life flows like a river. We must paddle with skill. 19 supports this by urging us to work hard while protecting our health, peace, and relationships. It also inspires mindful finances, intentional budgeting, conscious saving, and investing in what truly matters. Confidence is key. Believe in yourself, and doors will open. Even setbacks carry lessons. 19 reminds us that generosity fuels abundance. When we give with intention, whether money, kindness, or time, we don't lose, we grow. So this week, carry the energy of 19, stay grounded, act with purpose, and trust that abundance flows when you lead with balance and heart. Are you ready to let it guide you? 5. The power of number 212. On this Monday, May 5th, 2025, let's talk about one powerful number that carries a deep and meaningful message for your journey towards success. Number 212. This isn't just a lucky number, it's a symbol of energy, action, and the steady building of true wealth. The number 212 is often called the Master Builder, and with good reason. It represents the practical steps required to transform your dreams into real, lasting abundance. If you've been feeling scattered or uncertain about your financial path, 212 is a gentle but firm reminder to focus, plan, and act with intention. Ask yourself, are your current actions building something solid, or are they just passing time? The wisdom of number 212 is all about foundation. Real wealth doesn't appear overnight. It's built brick by brick with patience, discipline, and a clear vision of where you're headed. It's easy to get excited by big ideas, but without structure and follow-through, those ideas remain dreams. This number teaches us to take our grand visions and break them down into steps we can take right now, today, this week, this month. It also reminds us that true wealth doesn't just mean money. Are your habits and decisions supporting the life you want to live, not just financially, but emotionally, spiritually, and socially? You see, 212 encourages you to be grounded, to act with consistency, and to maintain a sense of direction. The path to success is rarely smooth, so resilience becomes key. This number urges you not to give up when challenges arise. In fact, obstacles are not stop signs, but turning points meant to shape your growth. Another quiet strength of 212 is collaboration. While independence is valuable, the journey is often richer and more rewarding when shared. Who can you team up with to multiply your efforts? Who can you support, and who can uplift you? That's where growth expands beyond personal gain into community wealth. This number also calls you to balance, yes, work hard, but don't lose sight of health, love, and inner peace. What's the point of riches if your spirit feels empty? Real abundance comes when your financial goals are in harmony with your values, your purpose, and your well-being. And perhaps most importantly, 212 reminds you to stay faithful to the process. Building something meaningful takes time. You won't always see quick results, but every step you take with clarity and purpose is a seed planted. The fruit will come. 6. The power of number 111. Imagine waking up on Monday, May 5th, 2025, feeling a quiet but powerful energy guiding your day. It's the energy of the number 111, a symbol deeply connected to intuition, alignment, and spiritual awakening. Today, it's here to help you focus and grow your prosperity. Have you ever felt like something unseen was nudging you toward a choice or giving you a little push in the right direction? That's intuition, and 111 is its loudest whisper. This number calls you to listen to that inner voice more closely, because it often knows the way before your logical mind catches up. When 111 appears, it's like a gentle sign from the universe, asking you to trust yourself more, to act with courage, and to know that you're supported in your journey toward abundance, not just wealth in your bank account, but richness in your experiences, relationships, and peace of mind. But what happens when your goals feel scattered or your actions don't reflect what matters most to your heart? That's where alignment steps in. The energy of 111 invites you to bring your thoughts, actions, and spiritual values into harmony, because true success comes when your outer world reflects your inner truth. Are you working towards something that truly fulfills you, or just chasing what others say is valuable? When you align with your higher purpose, opportunities begin to show up not randomly, but as a natural response to your focused, honest energy. This is also a time for creativity. 111 sparks your imagination and encourages you to approach life with fresh ideas and bold solutions. Is there a passion you've been putting off, or an idea you haven't acted on yet? This number reminds you that your unique way of thinking is a key to unlocking prosperity. You are not meant to follow someone else's path, you are meant to carve your own, and creativity is your tool. With this, 111 emphasizes the importance of vision. Where do you want to go, and what would success truly look like for you? Hold that picture clearly in your heart, because when you visualize with intention, you draw the right people, opportunities, and resources to you, like a magnet. But let's not forget, life isn't always easy. The journey to prosperity will bring challenges, and here, 111 becomes your anchor. It encourages you to be resilient, to treat every setback as a stepping stone, and to trust that with patience and perseverance, you'll find your way through. Think about a time when you faced a challenge and came out stronger. What did it teach you, and how did it shape your path? You're being reminded now that your strength is greater than your struggle. And while 111 often speaks to the power of the individual, it also gently reminds you of the beauty of community and support. Who in your life shares your vision or encourages your growth? You don't have to walk this path alone. Partnerships, friendships, and mentors can lift you higher and help you stay grounded. Trust also plays a huge role here, not just trusting others, but trusting the process, the timing, and the unseen forces that help shape your life. Sometimes what you seek is already on its way, even if you can't see it yet. Can you be patient and faithful enough to let it arrive in its own time? Meanwhile, don't forget to honor your small victories. Every step forward is part of your journey, and 111 encourages gratitude along the way because what you appreciate appreciates. Thank you for spending time with us in today's video. 6 lucky numbers to focus and get rich on Monday, May 5th, 2025, with Buddhist teachings. We're truly grateful to have you here on this journey of wisdom and intention. If this message spoke to you or brought a little clarity to your path, we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you're new here, simply say, "I am a seeker," and if you've been with us for a while, let us know with, "I walk the path." Your voice helps build this mindful community and gives us strength to keep sharing these teachings. Let's keep walking together, one mindful step at a time. Secrets to creating a prosperous life, no matter what your situation is. What if prosperity had nothing to do with your bank account and everything to do with your state of mind? In a world that often defines success by money, status, or constant achievement, it's easy to feel like we're falling behind. But true prosperity goes deeper. It's a feeling of inner peace, emotional richness, meaningful connection, and the quiet confidence that you're living in alignment with your values. Rooted in timeless Buddhist wisdom, these 6 powerful yet simple secrets can help you create a prosperous life no matter your current situation. Whether you're navigating hard times or simply looking for deeper fulfillment, these truths will guide you back to what really matters. Number 1. Cultivate a mind of gratitude and contentment. The first and most powerful step toward creating a truly prosperous life, regardless of your financial situation, career path, or age, is to cultivate a mind of gratitude and contentment. True prosperity doesn't always come dressed in luxury or grand achievements. More often, it arises quietly, in the simple yet profound shift in how we perceive our everyday lives. When we develop the habit of appreciating what we already have, no matter how modest it may seem, we begin to experience a kind of inner wealth that no external condition can take away. Whether it's the warmth of a morning cup of tea, the sound of a loved one's voice, or the ability to walk under a sky that never fails to change, these are not small things. They are gentle reminders that life is already offering us so much. And yet, without conscious attention, our minds often default to what's missing, what hasn't worked out, or what others seem to have that we don't. This comparison-driven mindset robs us of peace and makes us blind to the richness already present in our lives. That's why the practice of gratitude isn't just a feel-good activity, it's a discipline that gradually reshapes the way we interact with the world. Especially in modern life, where we are constantly bombarded with messages telling us that we need more to be enough, grounding ourselves in gratitude becomes a form of inner resistance against the pressures of consumerism and self-doubt. It's not about pretending that everything is perfect, but rather about training our awareness to notice that alongside the challenges, there is also beauty. The practice is simple but powerful. Each morning or evening, take a few moments to reflect on 3 things you are genuinely grateful for. Don't rush through this pause and allow yourself to feel the goodness of each thing, however ordinary it may seem. This might be a moment of connection with someone, a small personal success, or simply the breath moving through your body. Over time, this ritual begins to soften the hard edges of life. You'll find that your mood stabilizes more easily, your heart opens more often, and your sense of lack begins to fade. The beauty of this practice is that it doesn't depend on external change. It's available to anyone, anywhere, at any stage of life. Especially for those between 30 and 65, a phase when many face the weight of responsibility, whether it's raising children, managing careers, or caring for aging parents. Developing a grateful mindset provides a well of inner strength. Instead of being overwhelmed by what feels incomplete, we learn to anchor ourselves in what is already good, already working. From this space of contentment, our actions become more purposeful and less reactive. We stop chasing happiness in the distant future and begin to find it woven into the fabric of the present. This is the seed of true prosperity, a life that feels full, not because everything is perfect, but because we have learned to see clearly, to appreciate deeply, and to live intentionally. So, if you're wondering where to begin on your path to a more abundant life, start with this quiet, transformative practice. Let gratitude become your foundation, not as a passive feeling, but as an active choice that reorients your mind and heart. As you do this consistently, you'll begin to notice a profound shift. Not only will you feel more content, but you'll also begin attracting more meaningful experiences, relationships, and opportunities. Gratitude opens the heart, and an open heart naturally draws in the richness of life. Isn't that a kind of wealth worth cultivating? Number 2, practice generosity, Dāna, without expectation. If you knew what I know about the power of giving, you would not let a single meal pass without sharing it. The Buddha. This teaching isn't just a poetic ideal, it's a profound truth about the way generosity shapes our inner world and outer life. You see, generosity, or Dāna, isn't only about giving money. It's about offering your presence, your kindness, your attention, your energy, anything you can give with a sincere heart. In a world that constantly pushes us to measure success by what we accumulate, this teaching invites you to flip the script. What if real prosperity comes not from what you keep, but from what you share freely, without expecting anything in return? Let me tell you a short story that beautifully brings this to life. There was once an elderly woman who lived alone in a small village. She didn't have much. Her house was simple, her meals were modest, but every day she prepared a bowl of rice and left it on her doorstep. When someone asked her why, she smiled and said, "There are many wandering souls, animals and travelers who pass by. This is for them." Over the years, people began noticing her quiet generosity. Villagers started helping her with repairs, bringing her vegetables from their gardens, and even sitting with her in the evenings to share stories. Though she never asked for anything, her giving heart became the center of the village's warmth. She had little, yet she lacked nothing. Now ask yourself, what can you offer today, not out of duty, but from a place of open-hearted giving? Is there someone who needs your time more than your money? Someone who needs your attention more than your opinion? You might be surprised at how deeply a small gesture truly offered can heal, uplift, and even transform someone's day. And here's the subtle beauty. When you give without expectation, the return often comes in ways you didn't anticipate. It could be a sense of joy, a deeper connection with someone, or even a new opportunity that seems to show up out of nowhere. These are the silent rewards of generosity. This kind of giving connects us to each other, builds trust, and breaks down the walls we've built around ourselves. Generosity says, "I see you, you matter." And in that moment, both the giver and the receiver are enriched. The Buddha understood this deeply, that wealth of the heart is far greater than wealth in the bank. Giving without expectation teaches us to loosen our grip on fear, on control, on the idea that we have to protect what we have in order to survive. Ironically, it's through letting go that we realize we already have enough and that we are enough. So the lesson here is simple but powerful. Make generosity a way of life. Not as a performance or a strategy to get something back, but as a quiet, steady practice that opens your heart and keeps you grounded in compassion. Whether it's offering your seat to someone, listening with full attention, or simply smiling at a stranger, let these small acts become the seeds of a life rooted in abundance. Because true prosperity is not measured by what we hold, but by what we give away with love. What is one small, sincere act of generosity you can do today? Let that question stay with you, not just in thought, but in action. And in living it, you'll discover that the more you give from the heart, the more prosperous your life becomes in ways that truly matter. Number 3. Walk the path of right effort and mindful living. Now, I want you to take a moment and breathe just one slow breath, in and out. Feel that? That's the beginning of transformation. You see, no matter where you are in life right now, whether you're struggling financially, feeling lost in your relationships, or just overwhelmed by the noise of modern life, there is a timeless truth that still holds power. Prosperity isn't something you wait for, it's something you cultivate, step by step, through right effort and mindful living. This path isn't about forcing results or constantly grinding yourself down in the name of ambition. It's not about hustling so hard that you lose your peace of mind. Instead, it's about steady, conscious action. As the Buddha taught, just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life. And spiritual life, in this sense, doesn't mean becoming a monk or living in a caviar. Means being present, being kind, and taking actions that align with your highest values, even in small ways. So what does right effort actually look like in your daily life? It begins with letting go of the habits that drain your energy. Maybe it's excessive worry, self-doubt, comparing yourself to others, or even just negative self-talk. These thoughts are like weeds in the garden of your mind. They don't help anything grow, they only block the light. Right effort means noticing these weeds and gently but firmly choosing not to feed them. It also means nurturing the seeds of good within you, habits like gratitude, patience, self-discipline, and compassion. Can you take 5 minutes today to reflect on what you're doing well instead of what's missing? Can you bring a little more kindness to the way you speak to yourself? These small shifts, done consistently, are what actually build prosperity, not just material prosperity, but emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. And when we live from that grounded space, life starts to support us in ways we didn't expect. One of the biggest traps we fall into is thinking that prosperity only comes when the outside world changes, when we get the raise, find the partner, move to the better place. But the truth is, the seed of prosperity is already within you. It grows when you stop chasing what you don't have and start tending to what you do. As Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh said, "The present moment is filled with joy and happiness. If you are attentive, you will see it." So let me ask you this. What part of your life, right now, have you been overlooking that might actually be a source of strength? Could it be a relationship, a skill, a personal value you've forgotten? What if true prosperity comes not from adding more, but from deeply appreciating and using what's already within your reach? This mindful way of living is not a sprint, it's more like a gentle, sacred walk. You are not in competition with anyone. Every step you take in awareness, every time you choose presence over distraction or courage over fear, you are walking the path of prosperity. Yes, challenges will come. Some days will feel heavier than others. But even then, right effort teaches us to meet life where it is, not where we wish it were. The great teacher Shantideva once said, "If something can be done about the situation, what need is there for dejection? And if nothing can be done about it, what use is there for being dejected?" Isn't that powerful? So the question I leave you with today is this. What one small step of mindful effort can you take today that honors your values and your inner wisdom? Maybe it's cleaning your space with care, preparing a meal with gratitude, reaching out to someone with love, or simply breathing with intention. Prosperity begins in these quiet, conscious acts, not someday, but right now. Keep walking. You're on the path already. Number 4. Let go of what no longer serves you. As the Buddha wisely taught, Attachment is the root of suffering. This truth continues to echo through the ages, touching every corner of our lives. In today's world, especially between the ages of 30 and 65, we often find ourselves carrying invisible weight-souled hurts, outdated dreams, toxic relationships, or beliefs we inherited but never questioned. And while we strive for prosperity, whether financially, emotionally, or spiritually, these unexamined attachments quietly stand in the way. What keeps many of us stuck isn't always a lack of opportunity or ability, but a resistance to releasing what no longer nourishes our journey. This could be resentment we've held onto for years, fear of failure, or even identities we've outgrown, roles we once needed but no longer fit. Letting go, however, doesn't mean giving up. It means consciously choosing to clear space in our hearts and minds for what truly brings peace, clarity, and meaningful growth in this phase of life. Think of your mind and spirit like a room when, cluttered with regrets or outdated stories, there's simply no space for new blessings to enter. For instance, if you're holding on to an old goal that no longer aligns with who you've become, it may be quietly draining your energy and keeping you from discovering new, more fulfilling directions. Or perhaps you're clinging to someone else's expectations of you, long after those expectations stopped feeling true. In midlife especially, we often come to powerful turning points, moments where we're invited to ask, is this still helping me grow, or am I just afraid of the unknown? These questions are not always easy, but they are necessary for a life of real prosperity. To practice this, take a quiet moment and gently write down what you've been holding on to that still causes stress, pain, or self-doubt. It might be a grudge, a disappointment, or a pressure you've been placing on yourself for years. As you look at it honestly, ask yourself, is this weight helping me rise, or is it keeping me tied to a version of myself that no longer exists? By bringing these things into awareness, we begin to reclaim the energy they've been silently consuming. And when you're ready, even if only in your heart, take a deep breath and picture yourself setting that burden down. Not because it didn't matter, but because you matter more. Letting go is not weakness, it is courage in action. It's saying yes to what's possible, rather than staying loyal to what's familiar but harmful. This process takes time, and some attachments return like old habits, but each time you notice and release them, you build inner strength. In a world that constantly changes, prosperity comes to those who flow with life, not those who grip it too tightly. So be gentle with yourself, and trust that by releasing what no longer serves you, you're not losing anything. You're simply making room for something better, more aligned, and more alive. This is how we grow, even in uncertain times. This is how we prosper, no matter what life looks like. And there you have it, 6 powerful numbers, not just for luck, but for focus, clarity, and true prosperity, rooted in timeless Buddhist wisdom. As you move into this new week, remember, abundance begins with your mindset, your values, and your actions. Align your energy, trust your journey, and stay open to the opportunities that are already finding their way to you. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to The Journey of Wisdom, and tap the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming videos that blend ancient insight with modern life. Until next time, may your path be clear, your heart be steady, and your life be filled with peaceful abundance.